Hi everyone. I thought I would go backwards and show you some games I played in the 2010-2011 season. This game was a Manchester League Cup match between Manchester Uni and 3 played at their place, and it took us a long time to find the building, so it was pretty funny. And my opponent was called Ilken, Bahcecioghu, blah 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 blah. But anyway, on with the game. He was ungraded at the time, but his grade came out at a staggering 156. So a good game is ahead. I was white and opened with d4. And he responded symmetrically with d5, after which came c4, e6, knight c3, c6, the Semi-Slav defense, where d5 is going to be very solid, and this is becoming very popular at top level. Bishop f4, bishop d6, and now I think you're supposed to take, and then e4. But I played bishop g3 for some bizarre reason. Knight f6, e3, castles, knight f3, rook e8, bishop d3, queen e7, preparing e5, so I went takes, queen takes, and knight e5. I waited until the black queen had moved to take on d6, so then black lost the tempo. And now white's got a large lead in development, but must be careful not to overstretch, like I do. Knight b d7, f4, protecting e5 and clamping down on it. So if it is taken, then I can go f takes, e5, and then maybe play queen h5 or something like that. Or in fact, if knight takes, f takes, I think black is losing a pawn because knight e4 is forced. Or in fact losing a piece because it forked, more like. So c5, counter-attacking in the centre. And here I went c takes d5. And here actually what I show you something interesting that I found. If black had have blundered with knight takes d5, this is punished by standard Greek gift sacrifice. With bishop takes h7 check, the best move is to decline it, but then white's a pawn up with a much better position. If takes, then queen h5, king g8 takes, king h7, and instead of taking the rook, knight e4 is stronger, threatening the queen and the force and the mate with knight g5 check. So that's why a knight takes d5 is not good. So pawn takes. Now g4, very weakening move, and this is punished by the following continuation. C takes, E takes, and now the thing is the E file's open, and now there's some tactics against the white king via knight takes G4, because there is potential for F6 winning the material back. So if queen takes G4, then F6, and black will end up a pawn to the good. The best of the worst is bishop takes H7 check, king H8. And now if bishop d3, then knight takes e5, f takes e5, and queen b6, hitting d4 and b2. If queen takes g4, then knight takes e5 is very strong. So rook g1, putting more pressure on the knight, so knight d takes e5, f takes e5. And now black blunders here actually, makes a small blunder. The move that should have been played is queen b6, and now the knight's defended, but more importantly, b2, d4, and h2 are all unprotected, and black is much better here. But my opponent threatens mate with queen f6, taking advantage of the pin, but forgets that now I can just do this continuation. And now it's equal material, but white is much better. The bishop and knight are so much stronger in this position. In fact, there's an immediate threat of knight takes d5, forcing rook a d8, knight e2, queen b6. Queen h6 is quite good because it stops her from castling and takes advantage of the fact that my king's in the centre, but this is still better for white. But queen b6 allowing me to safely castle and defend the pawn. My opponent plays queen h6 check, which forks the king in h2, but h2 cannot be taken because if it is, queen f3 is played, and there is no way to stop rook h1, and then h7 collapses. So rook e6, bringing the rook to a more active square, preparing c-file domination, and maybe a potential queenside attack. Knight g3, knight f4 was possible, leading to rook c6, h4, a6 and h5, with a stranglehold on the king side. Knight g3, g6, this doesn't really do much because I can go knight f5 anyway because of the pin on the g file, but I'll go h4, threatening h5, rook c6, knight f5, forcing queen f8 to defend e7 so black doesn't lose material. h5 now is best, trying to rip open lines. I go knight d6, and I'm quite lucky that black doesn't have the sense to take it off, because this knight is worth a lot more than the rook and pawn, because that pawn e5 is very strong, and black should have played this continuation. Although h5 is strong, this gives black more chances of survival. Queen e7. I mean, this knight black definitely should have took. This knight just cannot be left on the board. It's just too strong. Pressure on f7, b7, all sorts. Rook f1. You see the knight's exerting pressure on f7, so I might as well need reinforcements. Rook f8, neutralizing it. Rook f6, implanting the rook right into the position. And now if rook takes d6, then I can just take with the rook. Queen c7, threatening a cheap pawn on f1, so queen f4, which also adds f-file pressure as well as defending c1. Queen a5, another cheap pawn e1, so queen f1, maintaining the f-file pressure and defending all the mate threats. You see, that's the key, that attack and defend at the same time. Attack is the best form of defense. Rook c7, now f7 has to be protected, but now comes e6. Now there is f7 cannot be defended again. I think h5 is stronger though. Queen d2, h takes, rook c1 check, forced, takes, queen g1, queen e2, knight f5, queen h5 and e6, and once again f7 is very weak, and white is also a piece up for a pawn, and this is crushing. The game though is also equally crushing. After e6, piling loads of pressure on f7. Black can't do anything here, and black could easily resign this, but rook e7, knight takes f7, a king g7 was played. If rook takes e6, rook takes e6, rook takes f7, then after queen e2, white is a bishop up for a pawn with a very strong position, and this should be an easy win. White just has to look out for cheapos on the back rank, and the win will be his. King g7, and now I play the absolute crushing h5, ripping open lines. If queen e2 is I think the only move to stop mate actually, but now comes bishop takes g6. The bishop cannot be taken due to rook takes g6, and mate will follow on f6. Also possible is h6 check, king g8, and bishop takes g6 with similar consequences, where if the bishop is taken then rook takes g6 and queen f6 is mate, and this is practically game over. Notice how the queen and bishop are stopping all the checks as well from the black queen. The problem is in this game is that black's queen's too far away from the king's defence. It's just on the queen side, just doing no threats whatsoever. Instead, my opponent goes g5. Now I go bishop takes h7, where if the bishop is taken, queen f5 check will mate. However, my opponent goes queen d2, the final blunder, but I think it's forced mating like 10 anyway. But this allows a quicker mate, and see if you can spot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the idea is that I said before, if the bishop was taken, queen f5 check is going to mate, so we need to force the king to take the bishop. So we can do that via h6 check, The only legal move is king takes, and my opponent actually lets me play the mate, which is good with this continuation. And that got us me a win, that. And he was ungraded, but he came out at 156, so this helped me reach 141 ECF. No such fun it is that Black's actually threatening mate himself in the final position, but all White's pieces, like 2 pawns on the 6th rank, they're all around like, and all his White's pieces, you know, still like clustered around the Black King, and it's just a massacre in the end. And I was the only person to win as well, and we lost 3.5, 1.5, which wasn't good. But anyway, after that shaky start, I think I played very well once Black blundered the rook for 2 pieces, and so that's what a very good game that one I was proud of, and teammates were proud of, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed playing it, that's for sure, and please would you subscribe to us if you like, we would prefer it, and feel free to leave any comments and thoughts, and see you on YouTube. Thanks very much.